Hey everybody, it's Scott Weller, making sure I got my cameras on and everything's working here. We're going to have a great day today. I got all kinds of cool stuff planned for us. This is going to be a really good example of taking photography that I shot in my studio and combining it with a MidJourney image. At least that's my plan. Again, I haven't done this, I haven't practiced it. I have an image that I've taken here. It is a body paint that I did. I have removed the offending nip so that no one freaks out. Because I know both of you on the internet that are offended by nipples have wrecked it for everyone. So we're going to go ahead and keep it friendly for both of you. We're going to combine this with a MidJourney image. And I really don't know. I know what I want theme-wise, but I'm going to be open-minded. Again, if we go into MidJourney, if I know exactly what I want, then I should just get out a paintbrush and make it, right? So I have an idea of what I want, but I'm open-minded. So we're going to explore a bit in MidJourney and then combine it with Photoshop. This is not a beginner level Photoshop thing. This is not, I mean, it's kind of tutorialish because I'm going to walk through what I'm doing as I'm doing it. But this is not a, you click on this and then click on this type of thing. So it's just me creating, and you can watch and comment, and I love your participation. And yeah, everybody get a beverage. Thank you for everybody who supports the channel. So I got to show this because, again, way, because I really appreciate all your efforts here. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to dive in. We're going to start in Capture One. This was, still is, a Capture One photography channel, but with MidJourney coming about, it just really kind of opened this huge floodgate for me personally to finish images that I have had sitting on my hard drive forever. In fact, I still have some from, I think, 2008 that I love that are good images, but they needed this something to finish them, and I have no idea what that thing was. Now, MidJourney has opened that door to say, well, let me help you figure out what that thing is. So I'm really excited about this time. And again, with the advents every day, MidJourney doing much better. Faces as of the beta this morning. Hands are better, but at least they're not like monstrosities like they were before. And then that's actually combining part of what Stable Diffusion is launching. So those tools are actually combined together. That's part of what that beta is. I forgot to mention that this morning. But Stable Diffusion has also launched its own beta on a Stream Studio website, which is, it's got some limb issues as well, but it gets some beautiful faces on there. But again, it seems like a lot of things are cast from the movie The Thing, where they have lots of arms and legs, especially if it's not square. So anyway, let's start over in Capture One. We're going to start here. This is the plan. We're going to start in Capture One. We're going to get this picture kind of where I want it. It'll take us like 2 minutes. It's really easy at the beginning. We're going to go into MidJourney. We're going to find something that fits this. The theme that I want to do is going to be kind of a retro synthwave type of feel, in your 80s kind of look. Not a pixelated look though, but something kind of like that, maybe a cyberpunk type of look. I know it's overdone, but for this image, I think it'd be fantastic. And then we're going to go into Photoshop and we're going to combine those together. And again, this is a pretty, I'm going to call it pretty deep Photoshop thing, because I don't really kind of, piddle around with the easy stuff. I just go and get my job done. So if you have questions on what I'm doing, feel free to ask as I go. So let's start over here. All right, so what I've got here now is I'm going to use that top-down version because people like to see kind of what I'm typing and what I'm doing on my keyboard versus the side of my head cam, which no one needs to see. So we're going to do something here. Audio was gone when you were showing a list of patrons. Oh, well, I'll work on that. Oh, I did not know that. Well, thank you for that. I'll have to fix that. But thank you to all those wonderful patrons there. That's what I was saying. I was ranting and raving about them. Okay, so we're in Capture One here. The first thing I want to do is I just want to correct my exposure, because that's the whole reason we're in here. When we shoot in RAW, we have two things we need to correct: our exposure and our white balance. Because once we leave this, correcting those things is much harder. And to give you an idea about white balance, by the way, so she's painted gold, but I have a blue gel on her above. There's a smoke machine running, and then there's a gel behind her that's red that's shooting against a brown wall. So this is like everyone's like, okay, well, that's white balanced, right? Well, if you were to take your white balance tool in Capture One, for example, and say, this is gray, it should rekey the entire image trying to make this gray. Or if we say this is gray. So there's no wrong or right here, but just note that white balance, when you're working with a RAW file, is really capable of moving a lot. So once you move to a JPEG, then the rest of this, you really can't do that anymore. So just be aware that try and correct your white balance here, because once you move into Photoshop, it's much harder to do. It's much more destructive. And especially if you're working with an 8-bit image, you're not going to be very happy with yourself. So this is a 16-bit RAW. And this is the settings down here, 640 ISO, 160th of a second, f1.8, 55 millimeter. I showed this camera yesterday. This is the camera I use for everything. It's right here. So this is my Sony a7R IV with the 55 millimeter Zeiss on it. So it's about an $800, $900 lens. So not tremendously expensive for the lens that it is. It is worth a lot more to that. More than that to me. I love it. Okay, so we need to correct. Now the only thing we're going to correct in here is we're just going to correct the exposure. Now I used a healing and a clone layer here because there was a nipple showing, and I know, again, both of you on the internet that are offended by nipples, I had to get rid of it. So I've basically kind of done some of those corrections for us. I increased the black point just a little bit because when I go into Photoshop, I don't want this edge to be touching. So ideally, when we go into Photoshop, we don't want anything really important touching this edge because that's black, and then Photoshop just adds noise, basically. Lightroom's the same way. Capture One's much better with noise than Lightroom is, but just note that you just don't want to, you kind of want to avoid this. So if I'm sitting here, I want more of this data pushed over a little bit. I can always move it back later once we come out of Photoshop, but when we go into Photoshop, we want to have as much data as possible. And then this is the clipping. This is anything that's going to be clipped. And again, if it's bright white, then I really don't care about that. The YouTube compression was making scan lines across her body. Oh, sorry about that. This is Capture One. So we won't be here for very long, by the way. And then shadow is going to move the rest of this big mound here. So it's kind of like, I call it Lightroom for grown-ups. But yeah. All right, we're done there. So now we're going to go into Photoshop. So make sure that's not checked. There we go. And this is Michaela, who I've painted, I think 3 or 4 times now. So Michaela, yep. So we're good there. We'll just export it into Photoshop and begin our adventure. Yeah, so this is what I use instead of Lightroom. It's just a much better raw converter, and it does some other things that are great. It's horrific at keywording and stuff like that. It was awesome. Might want to lean into the glitch. Well, that's kind of where we're going with this. We're going to go with like a synthwave retro thing. So we'll see how glitchy we get here. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is, okay, I see the picture and I'm very happy with it, and it's in focus like everything. It's is a giant picture. So this is almost 10,000. Yeah, nearly 10,000 pixels on the long edge. So it's a pretty good sized image. What we're going to work on, and this is straight out of camera, obviously we haven't done any editing with it. I pride myself, even though I love Photoshop, I pride myself on trying to get it right out of the camera. So, you know, if you're ever wondering, hey, you know, well, I won't worry about that. I'll just, you know, do whatever because I can always fix it later. Take the time and do it right in camera. All right, so let's go to MidJourney. All right, so you glad you made the live stream? All right. So, hey, by the way, a little change to the live stream, by the way. So I normally do these on Tuesdays, and then I'm going to leave them for about 24 hours, and then they go into the member-only section. So there's a lot of stuff I show in here, and I think the members of this channel, the people that help pay to keep it alive, you deserve to have more. So eventually these will move into the member-only section for you to reference forever. And if you're a channel professional, by the way, this whole Photoshop file, layers and all, will be put into Dropbox for you. So thank you to all 3 of you who are channel professionals, and of course, Galia, who's the channel god. She gets everything. All right, so let's start here. We're going to start with Imagine. By the way, there's a beta out this morning, and you can see here I show my settings before, so I'm using the beta, which means we can only do 2x3 or square. We can't do anything else. We only get 1 option. We don't get 4 like we do normally. So this is going to be, you know, it's limited in what we're doing. And then a lot of these other things have to remain normal in order for the beta to work. So we're going to prompt. So I said synthwave. We're going to say retro 80s. How about we want a low angle. Yeah, so I want to match her. And you can put commas between these or not. Again, the commas are more for you than for the bot. But as the bot learns more English, then these will start to matter more. Remember, they're also in order of importance. So synthwave, the retro 80s is more important than low angle. We want low angle. We want probably a single point of perspective. So it fades kind of like into a, kind of like a tunnel, instead of being a 2-point perspective, which is, your standard thing. So I want to do something like that. What else do I want? I want highly detailed. And maybe like a 8K. Again, these are the equivalent of artists, right? Or looks. So don't think that it's like a separate thing. Like you always have to put highly detailed. Highly detailed is a look. I want that in this case. And I want the aspect ratio to be 2:3. So it'll be a portrait. So taller than it is wide. Is there anything else there? I think maybe we'll throw like a epic scene in here, which is again another look. And I like the word fractal. So again, synthwave, retro, cyberpunk maybe. Put that cyberpunk in here. So I'm trying to describe a scene, right? Starting with the biggest look, the broadest brush, synthwave, retro 80s, okay, cyberpunk, then be more specific, low angle, single point perspective, and then the junk at the end, and the artist, the looks, highly detailed, 8K, epic scene, fractal. So it all kind of falls off, so most important to least important. This also gives me opportunity to mention the most important things multiple times. So if I have a situation where I'm trying to speak about the 80s and so on, I can do that more down here. Like how we're going to be pixelated, it would go, 80s, and he wants it pixelated. Intricate, again, Ariel suggested that same thing is kind of highly detailed, but why not? So what that is telling it is intricate, highly detailed, 8K, epic scene, plus fractal. It's going to be a very complex textural probably looking kind of thing. So let's just launch one here and go get it and see what it looks like. And then I want to try some other ones as well. But I just kind of want to start here. Again, I'm paying for I pay the 30 a month. I pay 50 a month because I get the private one too. But this is nice because I can just kind of let them go and do whatever. So we're going to start here again. I'm going to put cyberpunk in front of it this time. And put a Blade Runner in here. So something, again, a completely different kind of look to it. And get that going. While we're waiting for that, I'm going to get my board out. So the fine folks at XP Pen sent me this as a replacement for my Wacom because they heard me whining about it. Power switches in the back, which is not bad. Like it was annoying, I thought initially, but when I pick it up, that's where my finger rests, so I can just turn it right on. And it's USB based, not Bluetooth, so it actually works. I like it quite a bit, actually. The only complaint I have is that it doesn't come with the pen holder. It comes with this, which contains a bunch of extra tips in the bottom, which I think is funny because in all the years I've owned a Wacom, I've never used more than one tip. So I think that's what 70 years worth of tips for this thing. I don't know. So many people are pushing down on it like it's going out of the atmosphere or something. But what I am doing is I'm using the Wacom pen holder, which has got to be just a slap in the face to Wacom. So that sits up here at the top of my desk. But I'm going to use the Wacom pen holder because there's no pen holder for it, and I don't want to put it in my jar with my pens and whatever. This is taking its own damn sweet time, isn't it? Well, while it's doing that, let's go retouch your skin because we don't have to do that anyway. So I was talking to someone about skin retouching tools, and let's talk about one that I really like. And this is going to sound completely ridiculous because I don't really use tools like this. I usually do it by hand, but this Retouch for Me product, I love this thing, and I bought these. These are I don't own the portrait volume ones. I just bought the demo on that one, or used the demo. But the heal, dodge a burn, and the background cleanup, I bought these, and fantastic tools. Yeah, they're expensive, but I'm really happy with it. So this might make the feed skip a bit, so I'll go easy on it and pause. But we're gonna heal our skin real quick here. It's gonna load this scene up. Stevie Beef, welcome. Okay, we'll let this thing run here. It's pretty quick. It doesn't work great on body paints, I find. It doesn't understand kind of what it's looking at, but if we turn this on and off, It did an okay job. There's not a lot here for it to fix either, because it's such a shallow depth of field. It's a 1.8. But this saves me a lot of time usually in doing a lot of retouching. Not the best demo here, but I'm buying time with this thing to make up its mind. Ah, there we go. There's one of them. It's okay. It's actually quite okay. Let that work. And then the other one I really like is the dodge and burn one. Again, filter, touch for me, dodge and burn. I don't get any money for these things, and I didn't even link to them down below. I just love them. I do sell my actions, actually. They're in the... There's a link down below for my store, which has a lot of textures and stuff that I paint. My actions are in there as well. It's a slow-moving train here. Yeah, that's okay. This might actually be really good too. I really kind of like that one, I think. Let's re-roll this. Sorry, I'm just letting it kind of think here while we're doing this. This is the slowest part of the process. And I'm just going to apply it. And I'm hoping it to do, so it puts in a layer we have to change to soft light. So this is what it did. Pretty subtle. So this may not be a great demo of the product at all, actually. Yeah, it's not. Oh well. Well, when I'm retouching other people, this is great for boudoir and whatever. We're probably going to do this by hand because I got to fix this breast here. Because that looks goofy with that one happened. Let's see here. All right, how are we doing? Like this one quite a bit, actually. It's almost done. There we go. Let's roll it again. And while we're doing that, I'm going to upsize it. And I'm going to ask for another version as well. Because why not? Bang on all the buttons. Okay, and so while we're doing this, yes, my actions are for sale. They're down below. Although the one we're going to use today, this frequency separation one, is free, so you can just grab it. There's no cost for it. Of course, you can leave like $1 or something. That's appreciated. Again, I'm looking for something that's kind of blurry, but not too blurry. That'll work. And what I'm going to do is, this will take like 2 seconds, but I'm going to use a healing brush. And we are going to heal. You know what? That's the one complaint I have here is their driver re-enables the Windows Ink. Where's this thing? Just a second here. There we go. Pen tablet. It enables Windows Ink. I absolutely hate that. I don't know why it keeps turning it back on, but simple to resolve, just painful to have to do it every time. Well, painful, like I'm working in a coal mine. Painful? No, but pain in the butt, yeah, a little bit. So I'm just going to do is I'm going to fix visually what's bothering me here. And you see I sample constantly. This won't take us very long, by the way. In case you're wondering, is he going to retouch all her skin? I am, but it's not going to take very long. We just have to get to the point where it doesn't look like it's drawing your attention to stuff. And she's painted to look kind of like metallic. So there are very different shades on her here. So if you're thinking, well, that doesn't look very consistent, it's because there are a lot of different shades going here. This won't take us very long. Yeah, we're rolling right along. Let's get rid of some of these veins a little bit here. Just kind of soften a little bit. These hairs here a little bit. And I'm just using the healing brush. That's all I'm doing with this stuff. It's nothing exceptional here. Super simple. Super simple. I'm glad we have a nice crowd today. Everybody hanging out with me today while I'm working on this. 3D printing a bunch of stuff today as well. Have a little project I'm working on there. I'm trying to do my own custom Catan board, which you guys have heard me talk about for a while, but there's some parts of the laser printer or laser cutter I want to make that better. So I'm gonna kind of fix a design flaw, I think, in my mind anyway. Okay, that's good enough. I'm going to this power cord back here for this lamp. And just want to kind of go around the whole thing and see if there's anything obvious that needs to be fixed. Super easy. Okay, that was probably the hardest part of the entire process. Now let's do the texture, which will be pretty fast. I just use a healing or a clone stamp here with soft round, but I don't use it soft. I use it hard here. And we're just going to basically, make sure it's set to current layer or everything goes to hell. And I'm just going to borrow bits and pieces here to make sure we have a consistent texture everywhere. Oh, somebody's pinging the crap out of me. That's probably my Discord bot, actually. So anybody who's used frequency separation before, you'll hear a few people like, oh, that's horrible, it looks like crap, whatever. It's because they don't know what they're doing. Because this capability, all you're doing is separating the texture from the color. I mean, in fact, it doesn't do anything at all other than do that. It's how you use those tools that make them good or bad, right? So there we go. So that's done. That's all the skin. I'm going to hit save and start that process. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yes, click the like button, please. That's awesome. Thank you for reminding people. It's one of those things people never do, or they forget to do. All right, how are we doing? Oh, this is really interesting too. Look at that. All right, I like... did that one get upsized yet? I do not believe so. So we're waiting for this one to upsize. This is fantastic. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. So this beta this morning has been pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, here's our upscale beta. I don't like the upscale beta. Actually, I want the regular one. So we'll see. This is okay. I originally wanted something like this, but I'm thinking this is more interesting. So we'll see. I want to do upscale on this, and I want a regular detailed upscale on this. So what am I going to do with it? Well, let's just do a dry run. Let's just grab this one and drag it into Photoshop here. Copy image. Do I have to save it first? I guess I do. 2 seconds here. We'll grab it. And I don't need it to be super high resolution, I guess. So this is why I don't like the beta upscale, is it kind of smears everything together. But my plan is to just kind of take and separate it from her. So for example, if we go back to our original image here and we do select subject, this will work good enough. Something like that. There we go. And then I do a quick, I usually do a quick select and mask. I hold the shift key down though, because I like the retro version. I like the older version better. So we're just going to do a quick wank around her head here to get her hair, maybe around her body a little bit. So we got a nice smooth edge. She probably wants to keep her feet, so we'll probably hold on the Alt key to unselect things. Yeah, just want a little bit of that shadow, so I'm willing to sacrifice a bit here. We don't have to be super picky about this, as you're going to see. The method I use here lets you get away with murder for the most part. Okay, good enough. Yes, doesn't have to be super accurate. And select, save it, because I don't want to go look for it again. And then we're going to apply it to this. Hold on the Alt key when you apply it. And then I just need to change the blending mode to something that's more interesting here. Usually overlay or soft light, but maybe screen in this case. No. Something like that, maybe. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Just, I gotta see 2 seconds of we didn't even like explore these yet. There's probably a better one in here. Like hard light's not too bad. I always look at all of them because sometimes I get inspired by one of them. So we'll just leave this like this. Hoping to get you're waiting a month to get a version 4. of MidJourney. Yeah, I mean, that's one strategy. I don't I don't know. I think that what it does now is good enough for me. I am not, however, sold on Stable Diffusion. I've been a beta tester of that for a month now, or not even a month, or however long it's been around. And I love the way the art comes out of it, but it's just it's not ready yet. There's just too many random limbs and things. It just kind of looks super disturbing to me. I'm gonna borrow the mask from that one and turn that one up. I think I'm gonna like this one better. Yeah, I already like this one a lot better. And then and that's normal. We didn't even apply any of this yet. So let's go see if we get the bigger one on that one. There we go. And since we're here, I wish the max upscale was here available immediately, because I don't want this intermediate part, but I can't evade it right now. It's forcing everyone to use it. Okay, so that's fine. And I guess we'll just practice with that one because we're waiting for the other one to get out of the oven here. What do we need to do to make it look right? So we need to probably just increase this a little bit more. Something like this. Probably get rid of this one. I should use one curve here. And then I need to make the colors the same, so I'll probably just grab a hue and saturation and throw it in here. And I can probably ink this up a bit just so I can kind of see the colors when I'm getting and see what I don't like here. Yeah, I like it almost 180 degrees shifted, I think. Yeah, that red in the background from when I photographed it is really dominating a lot of this image. So we might have to go back and sacrifice that bit. I think it's almost better without any of these movements here. Maybe a bit of it. Or is that that's done out of our oven here? No, it's that other one. Went in this one. MidJourney is no competition. I agree. I really love so much about it. Its feel is just fantastic. Let's take a little bit of this red out here, out of the original one, just a bit. Let's go. Is that done? There we go. Okay, and why didn't it? I don't have the option for. Oh, that's not the one I want. I want the other one. I want this one. We're waiting on that one still, aren't we? Are we still waiting on one? If you don't know, you can hit info and it'll tell you how many jobs you have pending. Yeah, so I have one job left. And that's the one that I want. It's this one, which will also then run a max on, just so I get the most detail I can. I can always knock it back down, but I want to start somewhere. So I think that's where I want to start. So I like that quite a bit. And we should be able to get away with this pretty well. I just got to be careful of like things on the floor. Okay, so that's actually in this image. So we'll have to fix that once we get the final image. And then I want the background to be about the same brightness as it was before. Otherwise, everything gets a halo around it. So I'm trying to find a nice even tone here. Like that. And I want some dimensionality. This is fine. I like it, but I need more. I need more. I think if we go back in here. Let's go back to one of these. Like, I think I kind of like this. I kind of like it. It isn't exactly what I'm looking for, but it's close. Let's run a variation on that. And I think let's just borrow it for a second here so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Save the image as. Back to Photoshop. Hey everybody, thanks for hanging with me today. So that's what I'm doing. I only want half of this image. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time working on it because I know I'm going to probably use the other one that's coming in, but I only need half of this one. So I'll say, let's rasterize it and cut it in half. Mirror image, basically, something like this. And then duplicate it. And borrow that. So. So what I want with this, I just want a part of it. I want kind of these bright lines, I think. Hello, Jan. Welcome to our insanity. So I want more out of this. I want. Is that the big one? What do we got? What are we waiting on here? We're waiting on. We're waiting on this one. Yes, we are. And why don't I have... I guess the beta doesn't have the ability to upscale it to full size, but this will be good enough for what we need for surezies. So we'll grab that. We'll drag that in here as well. Stretch it a bit. Make a decision on this one in a bit. We'll just drag it down here and put it away. Put it down over here. This one's an old one. Actually, I want to keep it though, because there might be some use for it. Let's use this one for now. This is soft lights, what we decided on here. Good enough. All right. So let's go back to this part. What I like is these stripes on the bottom. Like, you know, the rest of it's kind of trash, but I like the stripes. So let's take, we're going to put this in a folder, and then we're going to put a mask on that folder so we don't have to mask things twice. Now we can use a gradient, and we can actually gradient against the mask that way. If we gradient with a black and clear, or white and clear, so we'll just change it to black. Then we can do crazy stuff like this. That's too aggressive. Let's start here. Here. Something like that. It's just me goofing around to figure out what I want here. I'm looking for something specific in my mind. I know what I want. I like these stripes though. That's the thing I'm after. And we need to take this. She needs to have her mask back on her. Okay, so if we take what finished over here? Oh, another one of these. Do I like that one better? Yeah, I do. Upscale it. But the concept's the same. Now I can take this same group here and so we can duplicate it. And what I might do is change this to screen and only keep. I hit B. Listen to me, keyboard. I don't want any of this to be glowy. I just want the stripes on the side to be glowy. Something like that, maybe. Something like this, maybe. Hold down your shift key, you can draw a straight line, so I don't have to go goofing around. Okay, and it's the wrong color. Both of these are the wrong color. So let's put them in a group, and then we'll put a hue and saturation against this whole group so we can affect these stripes this way. Even if they're wrong compared to her, they still have to. I want them to be together, color-wise. All right, so let's turn this off for a second, and let's go back to this background here. We're waiting on the crunchy one to get done. Does this work with image import? It does not. Nothing works with image import right now. In fact, I think it's turned off while we're in beta for these things. So using it is not going to do much for you. What is this one? This is the light upscale. This is the old one, which I don't think liked as much. So I like to keep both the light and the mediocre upscales available, because then I can take take bits and pieces from them. For example, let's just leave this up here so we can see what we're doing. This is more like just a helpful layer right now, so don't even bother looking at her. Just look at, in fact, we'll just put a mask on this. So this is just the background. And what I can do is I can take bits and pieces of one and block it out. So for example, in fact, let's do this. We're going to put them in a group, and we're just going to put the mask in the group, and then I can remove the mask from both of these. So now I got a brand new mask in here. So if we take the detail one, which I want the detail one on top. Actually, it doesn't matter. What I can do is I can paint with white now to reveal the other one. Are these not the same? Why is one a lot lighter than the other one? That's weird. Interesting. I don't know why one got lighter than the other one, unless I'm looking at the wrong image. No, it's the right image. Huh. Funny. No, it doesn't matter. We can still fix that. We just want to put a curve on this one then, so that it's the same brightness as the other one, more or less. I'll brighten this up a bit too. I might put this one on top, actually. Sometimes I move a little fast for Photoshop, I swear. Okay, so what I want to do here is I want to put a mask on this one, and I should be able to reveal what's underneath, which is her. So, okay, I've obviously goofed myself up here completely. Let's put these all back to the way they are, because I've currently goofed them up. Okay, so this is the high resolution. This is the low resolution one, but the low resolution is darker, or is brighter than the high one. So I just need to brighten it a bit so that I'm looking at the same thing. I don't want these to be two different things. Actually, let's do this a different way. Let's use exposure. Why is this one so weird? They're so different, and I wouldn't have thought that the exposure would have varied much on there. Makes you think of its element. It does, doesn't it? Well, whatever it is, we're going to leave it, and we're going to fix it. Because I want these to look... There we go. That's a little bit better. All right, so now we get to decide which pieces we want from each one. So we can put a mask on each one. Actually, I want to put a mask on the high one, because I can just... If I paint with black on this mask, then I can see the image underneath. Which is... Again, a lot brighter. I must be looking at something wrong here. You know what I was doing? I think I screwed myself up with that curve up here. I was doing something... I was trying to be smart, and I just screwed myself up. Because this whole time I was sitting there going, why is this so damn hard? Like, this is supposed to be easy. This is the easy part. And we don't need this either anymore. So, there we go. That's better. I was making myself a lot of work, and I didn't need to be. So, sorry about that. I have to decide now, it's like, what parts get the details. Like, I want detail probably up in here, maybe? Maybe. Or do I want it farther back? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do, let's start over with this mask. And we're going to do just the high in the front. So I'll take all the detail out of this part here. Except for up here, this is kind of goofy with the against her hair. Guess we don't have any choice there. That's that just looks a lot better to me. But I like this low detail for some of this. Where's this high one? Is this not done yet? Where are you, Discord? Did I not click on it? I swear that I asked for a high detail in this one. Or we did. Okay. So on this group, we can put a curve. On here. So this is our background. And we can brighten the whole thing here. This curve. And we could put this background, this mask there. So we delete the mask here. It looks like we have the same group twice. I kind of got inefficient as I was trying to problem solve myself. There we go. That's much better. Okay. So do I like this? Do I love this? I think I like this quite a bit. I'm happy with it. We do have a bit of a mask issue we have to fix down here though, but that's why we do the mask all in one layer like this, so we can go in and fix it. Again, the softness of your brush, you have to keep the softness of your brush consistent with whatever it is you're trying to mask around. So like if we use a hard brush right here, it's going to look really goofy. It can't be goofy looking. We don't want goofy looking. Okay, so then I'm happy with that. Now, what about this thing? So this is those stripes here, which I kind of like. What do you guys think? Do you like the stripes? I don't know that I like the middle. Like this part in here. I think I like just the stripes themselves there. Merge that down and put it in the screen, maybe, or... You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do one like this, and let's do another one as screen. And let's blur this one. Something like that. So blur that so that I can, I don't know what's going on with all this goofiness. So what's happening here is that the image is extended beyond the border of this. And I need to apply a crop is what I need to do, but we'll do that later. And I like that, but I don't want it everywhere. So I'm going to try and taper these down a bit. So I don't want something like super bright in my, impacting the front of my image here. I just want something that's kind of interesting. And then hue and saturate, adjust this. I don't like the yellow in there, so I'm trying to decide like, oh, it's blue, pink. I think I like the blue. What do you guys think? What do you think? What do you think? Well, I don't have to worry about that because he's saying, or Angel's saying about the light underneath. I think enough bloom here, allowing the bloom to stretch out over the leg makes it work. Although looking at this, well, you can't see that because that's like my navigator up there. Whoop. I keep my navigator up here so that I can look at it from a distance and see like what it looks like from far away, and I don't like the way those look from a distance. So I think we're going to fire those stripes. But again, it's just trying different things is fun, right? Okay, that's great. Let's add some sort of other stuff to it here to make it more interesting. Let's go into bridge. And I want textures. And I want dust, I think. Dust. Some of these are things I've bought in the past, and some of them are ones that I've actually photographed myself in my studio. It's just a bunch of random stuff. Floating dust overlays. So I probably bought these. Obviously bought them. Because I didn't want to take the time to go and shoot floating dust. So there you go. I think I like this one. Let's put over the whole thing like this. And then we need to change the blending mode. And I need to put a curve on that so that it doesn't get all weird. So the curve here is the black point is what you're seeing when it's brightening, everything like that. I can pull it over like this too, which might work better. And it's the wrong color. Just on this actually, and on that. That looks pretty decent. Maybe a little bit of that. I don't know if I like that glare to show or not. I'm undecided. All right, but we don't want it on her, so let's just drag that mask up again, so we can use that again. Although maybe you want a little bit on her leg here, so we can use this. Okay. Let some of that come across her body. Maybe not these little bright ones over here. Maybe a little glow would look nice inside the body. Yeah, maybe, but I don't want to start over from like the photo I took. Meaning if I had thought about this, like I always talk about, if you start with MidJourney first, then you can shoot it so that it would look more like what you're trying to accomplish, right? I didn't do that. I'm coming at this in the back side and saying, well, this is what I want, but it isn't what I photographed. So I think we need more red in here. So what I'm going to do is I want to double this. Again, I'm going to just use a curve on here, and I'm just going to change it to overlay, which will have the effect of doubling it. The effect of it. Or at least it should have. No, I don't like that. Okay, that's fine. Let's get one more. Let's do. I want some sparks or something, I think. So let's go over here. Do we have lunar and haze? Are any of these decent? Yeah, I think this one's interesting. Let's try that one. One the other way. No, I'm not gonna like that. Let's do explodey thing here. This exploding looking thing. I'm gonna change it to screen, and then we'll put again the all across her body so it's not lit. But then we'll go back. Do you see how I use my mouse for like common operations? Then when I want to sketch, I pick the pen up. I think that's one of the main mistakes that people who teach like how to use a Wacom tablet or a tablet make, is they're trying to convince you that you should use it and nothing else for like 2 weeks. And I'm like, that's the most ridiculous thing. I could never learn how to use it that way. So I kind of like, I don't want it too much, but I think that's pretty nice. Okay, wrong color still. This color. Just that. not the other one. Okay, and again, I'm looking at the navigator to look at it a little to see if there's anything that bothers me about it. You could obviously just zoom out. Okay, so we need to make her more interesting. So let's do a dodge and burn. Let's hit save while we're thinking about it. Or I must have already hit save. When did I hit save? I don't remember hitting save. Let's put a new layer. Let's fill it with gray. And we're going to dodge and burn on this thing. So the idea behind dodge and burn is just go over basically things that are already bright and make them a little bit brighter, depending on what you're trying to do. Or darker, as it were. So that's what I've done so far. It's not amazing, but it's a little thing. Right? Yeah, we're going to have to add some bloom, I agree. It definitely needs it. It doesn't look realistic without it. And I didn't dodge and burn her yet either, which I really need to do a bit of. And that's more of a corrective dodge and burn. Such a good poser. She's a really awesome lady to work with. If you guys are in Florida, I'm going to be down speaking in Florida in a couple of weeks. For a week, actually. You get me for a week. Everything from lighting to MidJourney. But we're going to do some stuff that I don't show on here because I got to keep the stuff alive and happy for those who are paying to see me speak. I want this only on her. Let's put it in there. What are you doing in here? This is the original modification of the background, wasn't it? Which doesn't belong in here. We need to keep this up higher. We don't want, we want to kind of organize ourselves, and that one got away from me. This is our dust. This is our glare. Oh, glare. Oops. Save. Okay, so there's our dodge and burn. That's what we just did. And if you guys are interested too, again, this is all this whole document with all the layers and everything will be available in the Dropbox for the channel professionals. So Arl, who's here, and Gayla, of course. Okay, I'm gonna figure these little pink spots here. I don't know that I'm sold on those in front of her. So we're gonna maybe eliminate those a little bit here with a real brush. There's just a bit too much, I think. Oh, we are at 2.74 gigabytes, so we have exceeded the love that we can get from the PSD document. So this is supposed to be a TIFF, which is a 4 gig document, but I'm using a different compression mechanism here. So what I need to do is change this to, well, that should have worked, but let's do this one. We just got to get this under 4 gig, but it's not under 4 gig. All right, what else we need to do here? Well, I agree with the bloom thing, so let's add a bloom layer. We're gonna put that on top of everybody here, and we're just gonna start to goof with it. So again, I like a low flow for these things, maybe like 1-2%, something like that. Let's paint with this color here. So you're kind of pulling her or pushing her back by allowing the light to pass around her, which makes it look more convincing. So. You want to be bright, really bright. This helps her blend in a bit. Do you like this orange? Yeah, it's typical for me. I have a 60 megapixel camera, so that's my life. I get to deal with obnoxious file sizes all the time. Let's make these lights more obvious too, like wherever there's a light near her. Like this one, I don't think. It's my photography. Yeah, so you're late to the game here. We started with this is my photo I just took in the studio, and then we're just we're photo bashing it with some MidJourney that we made. For those of you who are joining late, we just went to MidJourney and we got it pretty much right away. We got exactly what we wanted on our second guess. This was good, but I really liked this one better. I just like the V shape of this overall shape better. So we got it right away. All right, let's do. Yep, and we got it to save now, so I'm happy. So let's do some final lighty stuff. Let's go in again back to bridge, textures, lighting, and I've got these these sci-fi optical flares. Yeah, let's go in here. This is one I bought a long time ago. General. I want something way down in here. Maybe. Do I like any of these? Maybe. Like this one, maybe? Well, let's look at the rest of them before I decide. Yeah. It's more or less just a Photoshop brush. I have brushes that do the same thing. I don't know if I'm going to like this or not. We're just going to try it. And we need diffusion saturation colorized against this. Right. Change it to screen. Yank up the resolution over here. It's not bright enough, so let's add a curve. Set to overlay or screen actually. Maybe. I'm just playing with the idea here. I haven't decided if I like this or not. Then obviously we want this, if we decide to keep this, we can put it in a bucket, and we need to get rid of, we need to put her so see the background. Do I like that? No. Worth trying. Do I have tips starting out as a photographer? How do I find models? Pay them, actually. That way you get a good relationship with some models early on, and then when you want one, they'll come to you. And you're paying for a talent. I'm a big fan of you pay the person with the most talent. So if the model is most talent, then you pay the model, but eventually you become a better photographer, then the model will start to pay you. So it all comes down, in the end, it all works out really well. So I don't like any of that. Optical flares, no, this is one we just looked at. But let's go with the light hits one. I think that's the one I want to do here. Light hits, there we go. Paid a pretty penny for this set. I think it was $100 for these. I use them a lot. Probably because I paid $100 for them. We're just playing with locations here, putting different spots. I don't want to buy her head. I decided that this isn't bad. Kind of like it over here, actually. If I was going to pick a place, let's adjust it a bit. See, again, this is just experimenting with just like you would anything else, right? Try different stuff and see if you can find if you love it or hate it. But it's like just giving yourself a chance to make a happy accident and find something. Do I contact them Instagram, whatever? Yeah, you could put on Instagram. I'm sure there are probably Facebook groups for models in your area that are looking for a photographer. Decide if I like that swoop or not in there. I don't know what I do. To love it without it or with it? I think I like it, but I don't know that I like it, that it's that one. I think I like the concept of it here. So let's grab a different one that doesn't have so much goofiness to it. I like this one maybe. And these are things that I could easily make myself. They aren't that hard. You basically just poke a hole in a box and hold up the sun and take a picture like f/22. I mean, it's not really difficult to do these. But again, time and trouble, right? Everything is worth time. So you have to decide what's worth your time and what's what you're going to get rid of or outsource. In other words, like when I retouch photos for clients, I retouch really big ones, but everything else gets outsourced because if it's just going to go in a book, oftentimes I'll just outsource it. I like that one, I think, but it needs to be blurry. A little bit of blur. Not that much blur, like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know what? I guess I just don't like that one. Let's do one more. Then we're going to color grade this thing and call it good. Color grading is actually probably the most fun part of this whole process. Well, I mean, the whole thing is fun. Yeah, we're back at the original one that I had, I guess, when I started. Yeah. I guess I just like this one. It does what I need it to do. Do I need 2 of them? Do I need one over here? That's too much. Let's do one. All right, we'll leave that there. So bloom is good. Do we need to double that up? No, one's enough. Set the screen maybe. Okay. All right, let's color grade this bad boy and call it good. All right, to color grade it, I'm going to start with color lookup, and we're just going to throw this on top of everything and just start looking at it. I don't like any of these. I don't like any of them. So let's do this. Let's go wait for this to save, then we'll go into Capture One. I do have room light on her. I have some bloom on her. So it's not supposed to look like she's in the middle of a city. It's just part of the whole theme to it, right? This whole background, where is it? These here. This one is just too darn dark. I keep coming back to it. Keep coming back to that one. Not really sold on it. The knee on the left, no shadow in the lower part. No, I mean that's the original photo. So I mean, yeah. We're at our limit again. So I actually need to get rid of my frequency separation layer here. I don't want to sacrifice the dodge and burn, but I will do this one. So we'll just get rid of all this to see if we can get it to save, because we're at the 4 gig limit. Try again. We'll get it to work one way or another. I always get it to work. I just gotta fight with it a bit. We probably end up having to drop some of these a bit. This one here, we could probably apply the layer mask. So I need to rasterize, apply this. I don't want to apply the layer mask to it. Let's rasterize this one too. Oh, wait a minute. Well, let's go to Capture One and see what we've got in here already for her. This is one I did earlier, so let's wait for this to load. Giant file, so it takes a minute. Does seem to have some contrast color in MidJourney stuff. It seems she's photoshopped into it. Yeah, but again, I'm not trying to make it look like she isn't photoshopped into it. I'm actually kind of playing the card of she is photoshopped into it. I'm just looking for something interesting. It doesn't have to be perfect. Which one of these is the... I think it's this one. Well, let's... Yeah, this is more like an art piece than a she's sitting in it piece. So now we get to adjust the contrast and all this kind of final stuff. And my philosophy here is you move the slider a lot and then you figure out where you want it. You don't use the other one. Don't use exposure, by the way. Once you leave Photoshop or once you leave RAW, you can't use this slider anymore. It looks stupid. Yeah. How are we doing over here? Nope. Still don't like me, do you? Alright, so we actually have to do some work here with this. So let's rasterize. Alright, 2.57 gig virtually. Let's apply this layer mask here. That did absolutely nothing. Let's crop it. Yeah, so we have some junk hanging around out there. That'll help a lot, actually. Should have thought of that first. Save again. Yeah, I wasn't looking for anything that was photorealistic. I was just kind of looking for something that was more, what do I call it? Something. No, I actually, so yeah, for all of you who are joining late, and who haven't clicked the like button yet, damn it, click the like button. It's a photo, it's one of my photos of her sitting on a floor. Oops, I gotta be careful what I click on here, because there are nudes in this thing. So that's what I started with. That's the photo straight out of camera, and then this is kind of what we're goofing with here. All right, so I want, just kind of playing with the contrast. Again, just big movements, and then smaller and smaller until you get what you want. Don't make just a subtle adjustment and think that's what you're looking for, because you may be wrong. And I am actually going to lift the bottom of this curve up a little bit. Let's go colorize this thing. This will help sell it, I'm sure. I think I like a little bit of the pink there. I think I like the pink better than anything else. Something like that. And then I do want to, let's through what, how are we doing on Photoshop? Photoshop still, well, let me save this. Where else can we cut corners? Well, we can cut corners right here. We can smart object this. That should help. If I can keep the... Yeah, this is the hard part. I don't think I can do that because we have too many options in here. How about this whole group here? What is this? This is all that other junk. How many layers are that? That's not a lot. Let's put all, let's do this. Let's convert this to a smart object first. There. Let's try. I don't think that saved us any either. Let's go find out. Is beta better than hands and faces? I think so. I like it better. But to each their own, right? Okay, so I like this, but let's add another layer in here. This is our that's what I'm looking for. Clarity. And I want to, actually, I don't even have to do it this way. I actually have brushes I made for this. Duh, they're down here. I always forget about these things. Custom presets. Actually, custom brushes. Background pop, that's what I'm looking for. And through here. And use this hair one. I think I could use this on her body actually too, because it is body paint, so I can, oops, that's too bright. I might be able to get away with some stuff in here. Yeah, it's only throwing out 1 if you use a 3:2 ratio, but if you use a square, it'll give you 2. Not that that's great, but better. These really popped here. More. Let's Still think we need more contrast in through here. Photoshop, no, still won't save it. All right, let's try. Let's try a different method. We'll go for a zip. You get it on W6201. Yes, that is that's a big picture. Yeah, this is if you're going to do this one, this is I can't even see the number. Nearly 9,000 pixels, top to bottom. That's what my camera shoots though, so. I like it. I think it's more interesting. Again, I just want to take the picture and make it more interesting. I'm not looking to make it look like she's a giant in the middle of the city, right? We're not after some sort of strange thing like that. I just want to do something really fun with it. I can't stand the ruler being on. Hey, everybody uses Photoshop. It's funny. They have the ruler on and they have the giant color palette over here, which takes up so much space, but they never use it. Turn all that off, right? Just keep the stuff that you use and turn everything else off. Like you don't have to have this stuff piling in there. Hey, it's saved. All right, now we're golden. So let's go back to Capture 1 and figure out where it's saved. And it's saved over the one we're working on. So there we go. Now we'll do just some minor adjustments to this, and we are good. Here, brightness. You're late. You are late. We waited for you. We waited for you. All the pretzels are gone already too. Sorry. But so this will go. This will stay out here for about maybe 24 hours or so. I haven't really decided. And then we're going to move this into the member area. So all you folks who are helping to keep this channel alive, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Because the advertising revenue isn't doing it, obviously. And I think everyone likes this stuff, so for the price of a Starbucks a month, you'll get to keep watching. And there's a lot of videos in there, by the way. I've been doing this a while. So skin retouching, maybe not in MidJourney stuff, but in a lot of this other stuff, there is a lot of material in there. This is one of those I'm going to have to walk away from like a while and come back and decide like what color scheme I like best on it, because I can tell that there's a lot of places to take this one. You know what I almost want to do? I almost want to put a gradient map on it in Photoshop. Let's just try that real quick. So gradient map, just go to the top, gradient map, and we'll do a, this color here will be like a blue. And this color up here will be, in fact, let's do this. Let's turn this off, and then we'll just go pick it from here. So we'll go grab this blue, or this blue actually, the blue that is her. Got pretty aggressive blue. And this will be the pink, red, whatever this color is. Like that color. Like this. And then we'll turn it back on. And then we can change the blending mode on it until it satisfies our wee bits. no, worth a try. Just kind of see what comes about. And then, of course, we could adjust the opacity too, but yeah, worth a try, but I don't like it. I think we get just as much control in here. This is my photography, actually, so this is not MidJourney. But it's MidJourney in the background. So, yes, for those of you joining late, it's... God, I gotta be really careful here. Because there is a ton of nudity in this photo shoot, but not this one, not this one image. Yeah, I'm not going to go fish around in there because we've been doing well so far. I don't want to wreck it. Okay, I think that looks decent, but I need a little less saturation overall. This is one of those, again, I'm just going to nuance with this all damn day, I bet, until I find what I want. Let's take the blue down a bit. Something like that, maybe? Yeah, there you go. There you go. I'm okay with that. I need to walk away from it, go make a sandwich, come back, and then see what I think of it in like an hour, because I'm looking at it too long, and every time I like go to Photoshop and come back, I'm like, wow, it looks horrible in here. Like, I don't like this at all. But when we go to Capture One, when we color graded it, this looks a lot better to me. But is it too much, not enough? I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. Overall, I'm really happy with it. It's better than the original photo, which is still a great photo. Let me see if I can find that without showing the world, all the boobs in the world. I'm going to be really careful. I've been doing, pondering doing a bunch of live streams that are for members only, which is where we'll turn advertising off and we'll do it privately. So if we do that, oh yeah, so this is the photo I started with. So this is my photo straight out of camera, no colorized either. This is had a smoke machine going. I had a red gel pointing in a brown wall behind her, and then there's a blue gel in this was a softbox right over her head, just to kind of make it interesting. And I body painted her gold. So she is actually not that color. She's gold. So if we look in here, you can see some of the other ones I did of her, where you can kind of see the texture. This is exactly the same color. In fact, this is the exact same set, except the lights are different. That's the only change. There's a red light behind her and then the blue light above her. In this case, I just took the gel off the blue light and turned the red light off. So this is exactly the same thing. Yeah. I'm pretty darn happy with that. That's kind of what I had in my mind. Like what I was looking for. So I'm not disappointed with it. I keep unlocking these little, I'm like, ooh, can I mess with that a little bit? Yeah. Great edit. Thank you. Yeah. Up beta without beta is pumping 4 ideas out a huge image size. Oh, nice. I like the beta. I'm not the up beta. I really don't care for. Actually, I want the crispiness. I want the detail that's in here. I really like that aspect of this. Yeah. So this is a huge, gigantic picture. Yeah. What do we end up with for size on this? That doesn't even tell me. Because it's Capture One. It's goofy sometimes. But anyway. Well, that was fun. Anyway. Well, thanks for coming in and hanging out with me today, guys. I appreciate it. And girls. That was fun. Thanks to XP Pen for sending me a new tablet that doesn't suck. So that worked out really well. I need to get the buttons on the side program. But It worked great. I think not having Bluetooth and using USB was a lot better idea than what Wacom is doing, because it never connects. Now I just have to reboot the service. Just got to turn off the stupid Windows Ink thing every time I reboot my machine, and I'd be fine. So there you go. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to walk away from it, come back in like an hour or maybe tomorrow, and then maybe post it online somewhere, put it up there. I put my Twitter and my Instagram down below. If you want to talk to me and you want to interact with me, obviously Discord's good, but Twitter's also very good. So if you're on Twitter, and that's where I'm posting a lot of my AI art challenges and AI work, is on Twitter, because Instagram is basically just repeating TikToks. I think that's their whole business model now. So I haven't been using a lot of Instagram, but I really like Twitter, because Twitter also allows nudity. So I'm allowed to put my body paint up there and not have to fear for my life that I'm going to get banned for life, which is what keeps happening to everything else I do. But anyway, thanks for hanging out today, everyone. So the rest of the week, I'll get a couple more live streams out, I'm sure, or a couple more videos. I have a prompting like masterclass I'm working on, but a lot of that is still evolving, which is tough. You know, if you make it today, then in a week somebody will be complaining like, well, that doesn't work anymore. Well, I know it's changing. MidJourney is already changing their prompting so that it'll become more language-like. That's their next iteration. So I'm actually really surprised to see the beta this morning is focused more on hands and heads, which is great, because all of them suck at that so far. Even DALL-E is not fantastic at it. Stable Diffusion is now kind of merging into MidJourney. That's kind of what this beta is about. So I'm pretty happy with that. But there's a couple of videos I want to get done, and then I'm going to be in Florida. So I want to come down and spend a week with me. We're going to do Florida School. There's a link on my Facebook for that today, where you can spend 4 days with me. Actually, we do body paint down there. So we're going to shoot body paint. We're going to shoot the body paint, and then we're going to spend 4 days lighting, photography, MidJourney, Photoshop, you name it. We're going to do all that. Then I'll be in Portland, Oregon. After that, I'll be in Chattanooga to teach about boudoir down there for about 3 or 4 days. And then I have, where else am I? Then I'm in, God, I can't remember where I am now. I'm all over the damn place. Anyway. I'll post those as I kind of get around and where I'm going. So if you guys want to meet up, have a beer, let me know. That's awesome. I ever appreciate everyone's help, and obviously my patrons who are really helping to pay this channel. Again, if you want to help for the price of a Starbucks every month, you get everything I've got. I've got so many hand-painted textures that I've thrown out there, and you get a Dropbox link. If you are a supporter of this channel, I have no way to contact you. So please send me an email so that I can send you the Dropbox link, because YouTube has no method for me to do that, which is stupid. But that's why Patreon is a thing, right? Everyone moves over there. But I'm trying to give it to YouTube and say, help me out, brothers. But anyway, everybody, thanks for coming in today. I really appreciate you guys. And everybody take care. Stay safe, and I'll catch you all next time. I finally figured out how to make the microphone work on this damn screen right at the end. Isn't that handy? That's pretty handy. Anyway, huge thank you to Galia, our channel goddess, actually, and then new channel professionals. So Ariel Music, who is here with us today. That's awesome. Glamour Hosiery. And then James Dillon, who's been a channel professional for quite a while now. So everybody take care. Thank you so much, everybody. Ariel, I need to know how to say your name, so I quit butchering it, right? So you should probably tell me how to say it. Like, send me an email or something so I know how to say it. Everybody, thank you so much, everybody, and I'll talk to you later.